This week, I get turkey teeth, kinda. I tried to get a guy kicked off a fucking plane. Wow, I didn't mean to swear during that, but we're doing that one. And I dump a bag of money. So, let's strap down.
What? Wait, we actually did a couple of
it's
things.
all about you,
Not
Tom,
much,
like earlier.
Kind of feel it was this time, but, what did you do?
I hit a tree.
Right. Oh, that was
and
quite funny.
I convinced the guy to do a hit and run.
See, we also had a part in this, believe it or not.
Yeah, you did actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. That's weird because this is the beginning and obviously we're recording this.
Yeah, and you're still
after
making it about
the whole
you.
thing. And I didn't realise that technically you convinced the guy to do a hit and run.
Oh my
which
God,
is
you did.
That's crazy.
We didn't
I
even
don't know.
acknowledge
There wasn't that realisation wasn't in when we recorded this, but obviously this is before.
Also, you're
the
divorced
recording.
twice.
Yeah, I did. That was a whole thing. Do I ever not told you about this before?
I feel like we would have
want to
known.
know
Oh,
as
right.
well.
Yeah. I'm sure you
Are
did.
you a very divorceable person?
I think I must be, yeah.
I thought it was only once. I know this is
No,
the intro, but I
twice.
really want to know.
You'll have to find out. Well, tell you what, I'll tell you the story next time. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what we'll do.
We'll make it more
Right.
about you. Okay.
Yeah. So, do I do the let's strap down? Let's strap in?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
I
so
think you should go
fucking
with it,
long.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
been so long. So, let's strap down. Let's strap in. And let's do this. I don't know why I said it like that. Just start the show.
This is just another trucking podcast.
I don't know about the pigs and blankets, but we bought. It was Phil's birthday recently, and so we bought him a pocket pussy.
I don't know how to comment that.
What, like a flashlight?
Yeah, with lube and everything.
Wow.
and the funniest thing was, it arrived, and because he got this package, and he was just like, "Oh, well, I didn't order something from Amazon." And he was like, "Oh, it must be, his daughter that ordered something from Amazon." So his daughter opened it up. I mean, don't worry, she's an adult, but still.
Oh no! How old is
hilarious.
she? I know she's an adult,
But surely it would be in her name, no?
No, 34 she is.
What, you just thought it was for
but
her?
Still, honestly worth it. Absolutely worth it. 100%.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
Fucking love
I mean,
it.
have you at least tested it out? Let's be honest.
No, he hasn't. We keep asking him. We ask him every night, have you tried it out yet? No,
Aye.
he hasn't. Fucking disgraceful. I mean, it's just rude. You send someone a gift with thought and don't even use it. I mean, it's sat on his desk just gathering dust.
I knew an old lady that got a gift of a dildo because she was reading Mr. Graves books, and my friend gave her a dildo in a box as like a fake one, and then she went, "Oh, it was really great. Thanks for that." She was like 80-odd-year-old woman. I was like, it was just a joke present, but okay.
I mean, just a joke present, but let's be honest, at that age, she doesn't give a fuck. She is going to
fucks
Pound
given.
Town. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, she loved it.
you know.
I've never used one of them before. I was like, brilliant. Stop telling me about it. I was like 16 at the time. I was like, this is not news I need to know. There you go.
Well, old lady, like, blasts
Party
her
on
pussy
Doris.
with a dildo. So anyways,
What else did you have? You any other stories, Tom? Were you anywhere foreign that you would like to talk about?
are we just diving into it? Should we do like actual intro and like actually introduce us? Because it feels like I need to. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, people have probably forgotten who we are.
I mean,
Yeah.
are you like naming us our real names or what we've put underneath our names?
Well, I can put the titles, which I'm assuming are going to show up in the video. But hello, I am Tom, failed YouTuber and host of or one of the hosts of this podcast.
did you fail
Hello?
though, or did you just give up? I don't think you failed.
I think let's be honest. It's semantics at this point. I
To
gave
be honest,
up.
I don't think you would have failed. I think you'd have been like up there.
Yeah,
Like you were like Top Gear kind of entertainment.
You're
but attention span. So
Maybe we should do like a Top Gear version.
yeah.
Podcast rockers. No.
We've also got Chloe.
that
Hello,
happening?
Chloe. By the way,
Very Miss Awesome.
Miss
Thank
Awesome.
you very much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Thank you.
David's the Irish one.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Irish/American.
Yeah.
You're definitely American
do,
now.
Do you really? Are you wanting to like list yourself as American at this point?
I don't think so, because
it's
my
not
passport
even-
is still Irish and all that. You know what I mean? But
You had a popsicle earlier. You called it a popsicle.
that's because I've been living in America.
But then you also called it something else before that.
An ice pop. In Ireland, we call them ice pops.
That's still American. I'm sure of it.
It's just another
just
trucking
go.
podcast.
Hello, this is just another trucking
What?
podcast. What? Is that too much energy?
Wait, no, hold on. Is that the?
That's the energy
the
I normally
start.
bring.
I am so sorry. I thought you were doing the
Wait,
very
wait.
first part of the video.
This
that you
is
do
how long
afterwards.
since we've actually done a real life
It's
intro,
been
is
a
it
while,
not?
hasn't it?
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
Then we
I'm
don't
so
even know how to
sorry.
do it.
Go ahead. I just
So I can
forgot.
continue.
No, just,
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do it right now. Okay, actually, can we do a clap?
Quick, what? This is still the intro.
No, it's not. It's not.
It
I'm not,
is.
dude.
That's getting all bleep. I'm not doing another intro. We'll
on,
do the
clap,
clap,
clap.
but
I
this is
haven't
it.
done an intro.
Well,
Clap,
I
intro,
I
clap.
started it. Yeah, well, go on. Let's do the clap.
3, 2, 1.
Nailed it. Best
Right,
intro
I've
ever.
I've already done the intro.
Dude, you
I've- no,
fucking
no, 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 no,
bastard.
no, no, no,
Not a
no,
hope. Not a
no.
hope.
I've
I will
done the
press stop
intro.
right now.
I've
Look,
done the
I'll
intro,
stop.
David.
3.
I've done the
Unless
intro.
you say, okay, I'm gonna push it. I'm
No.
gonna push the button. I'm gonna
What are
push
you
the
gonna
button. Because I can just, as soon as you start there, I don't have to figure out exactly where it needs to start.
It's so fucking boring.
That was the best
that
intro
was
ever.
It was going to be a really good intro, and
You said you were
honestly
going to do
fell
another one.
No, I didn't. I said we're rolling. I said we're rolling, and then you started
No,
saying the
as
word
soon
cunt,
as we
and
started,
that was
because you ended up screwing up. You touched the microphone. It all ended up. I don't even know where you ended up going and leaving and all that stuff.
Sorry.
right.
So
Go on, do
So
it
we're
again.
doing it
Go
again.
on. That's an
I feel
outtake.
like-
again.
That's a.
I feel like
that's a
that was
Brucey
going to
bonus.
be that was the one to do, but right.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell.
We're nailing this. We're so good.
Good. We're good to that, yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, this is just another trucking podcast. This is the energy I'm bringing for this one here because I did one. I've already done 2 takes of this. Well, I'll take this one. The other one was like far better, but we're going
you
with this
said
one.
you were going to do another one.
No, I didn't. I said,
As
and then
soon
you
as-
started saying the word
Because you
cunt
touched the bloody
repeatedly,
microphone.
which has to get
you end up
bleeped
having
out.
to record
No,
again.
I liked the other one. The other one was better. I felt more at home with the other intro. I don't feel as home with this one. Like I feel like I feel like I've had to move to a new intro, and it's just not as good. It's like not as green as the other intro.
You're such a drama queen.
Okay,
Fucking get on with
I'm
it.
Tom, failed YouTuber. Hello. We've also got Chloe. Miss
What makes
Awesome.
you a failed YouTuber?
Thank
though?
you.
The fact that I gave up. And we've also got David as well, the Irish one. And we're saying Irish
Irish
because he doesn't
guy.
he's the Irish guy.
Irish
because
guy. He's not
he doesn't-
A1.
He doesn't want to associate with anything in America at the moment because it's all gone fucking crazy.
It is, isn't it?
It's real bad right now.
Is
Like,
it really? I've not been
I'm
following
not
it.
paying attention
How
too much
the
to the
fuck
politics.
have you not? See, this is the thing.
I didn't even know there's astronauts stuck in space. When's that happened?
For months.
I didn't even know about that.
How'd you know? Oh, God, this is news to me.
Found out
are
today. News
Are
to
you
me.
telling me you have not heard anything about Donald Trump?
I
The
try
thing
to
is-
avoid
but
everything because
thing
it's so
is-
shit. I don't want to know.
Oh my god, it really is.
If I'm honest, I'd rather be blind.
The thing is, one of
literally,
the
of
things that we toyed with was like not getting political on this. But like the thing is with Donald Trump, it's not even politics anymore. It's not even like it's just insane. I mean, when Canada comes out swinging, something has gone.
Why, what have I
wrong.
missed then? What's happened?
I don't even know where to begin. I
Are we about to go
genuinely
into a
don't
war
Start at
and
the
I
start
don't know
of the
about
alphabet.
it?
The
Start with A's.
fucking right. Where do I even start with what he's done?
All right,
He
just sum
started-
up. Are we
he's-
about to go into war?
He's declared a trade war with his closest ally, and Canada. The closest ally to America.
How do you have a trade
is
war then? What do you do with that?
Basically, you do.
You
do
just
something
fling
called
food at each other?
No, so
Like
basically,
explosion bombs.
No, 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 no.
Bread.
Yeah, could you imagine? Basically, it's something called a tariff, where basically they charge more. So if you buy like a phone from, I don't know, so say for instance, like England made a phone and you bought that phone and it got imported in and it cost like $100.
Right.
Because of the tariff, it would be like 125. So they're basically
like a
charging
tax
more
kind of
for
thing.
it. And then that way, the theory is if America made one that was like $110, and now with the tariff it's 125, you will, in theory, buy American in a very simplistic world. But the thing is, the world is like not simple, and it's like, you know, complicated at this whole things. But because they've put that tariff on there, Canada's put tariffs on, and then they did it to China, and then I think he then put more tariffs on the tariffs because people love tariffs right
and then
now.
went back again. Can I just? I'm willing to bet that if I ask Chloe right now what a tariff is, I don't think she's going to understand.
I don't
It's
know.
a phone bill.
From your huh? What'd you say? What'd you say? I didn't hear that.
Isn't it? It's a phone thing. It's a phone bill.
I
Tariff.
think I might have explained this wrong. It's not
Same
a
sort of
phone
thing.
bill. No. This
Okay.
is right.
Tariffs
Hold
on
on.
a phone.
So,
yeah, but it's
okay,
a bill.
a tariff-
It's a bill. It's a charge of sorts.
It's basically an import tax. All right. So
I
Trump
did say tax
is-
earlier. I'm just pointing
Trump-
that out.
Right,
is-
okay.
has put, let's say, 25% tariff on all the goods coming from Canada into America. Now, basically, when they're the people who are the Canadians who are putting who are putting the product in, they're not getting charged. All right, it's the person receiving it are getting charged. So the company who's actually receiving the product, they have to pay that 25% tariff, not the Canadians. So basically, it means that we have to, as a consumer, whatever, right? We're going to make up the difference. So we're actually good. Everything that is coming out of the USA, basically, like from Canada or from China or from Mexico, we are actually going to be paying more for it. So basically, the reason why they're doing that in the first place.
David, we've lost her, mate. We've lost her. We've completely lost her. I feel like she's just glossed over on this one here. This is
I
not.
don't know what you're talking about. I appreciate it, David.
I don't think this is gonna work,
But
mate.
in like the word of like watching a movie, are we gonna die at the end of it?
It's possible.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe.
Basically,
Right.
tariff bad. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
There you go. It's as simple as that. But there was all sorts of things. He's declaring, he's like starting fights with people. He's currently siding with Putin for some bizarre reason because, you know, let's fucking get in bed with Russia. It's basically, it's craziness. It's absolute fucking craziness at the moment.
Okay, I feel like we're losing people though. That there's some patrons getting a bit bored here.
But yeah, it's only Timo. He's fine. Fuck him.
Someone else's.
No, he's fine. He's fine. But yeah, basically, America's crazy at the moment. So I think that's what we've learned.
Okay, all right.
And
To sum it
Elon
up.
Musk has lost like $200 billion.
So I will say this
What?
is great
He's
news.
like a millionaire.
Oh no
man.
no! Like the Tesla thing is great news for me because basically,
Is it?
yeah. Oh, I fucking hate Tesla drivers. I fucking hate Tesla drivers.
So what? He's lost loads of money.
So basically,
Well, he's still the richest man in the world.
yeah, he is.
He
Yeah,
ended up. It's all the money he made in taxes from December on, whatever. Basically, has gone back. So it's just that this whole Trump thing that he's doing, because he basically took over the government. Elon did in a lot of ways, and he's firing a ton of people because he's trying to save the country money by
And
not
he
paying
has-
people stuff that they're not paying. They don't want to have it wasteful spending, basically.
but
And yeah.
he named the department after a meme, after Doge, which is a dog meme. It's so stupid, but basically people are getting pissed off, and they've stopped. They've stopped. I know it is wild the current like what's going on, and then
I mean, I'm quite
so
glad. I'm not
basically
watching it
now
because-
Tesla's going down the drain, and hopefully it'll
not a
mean
bad
there's
thing.
less Teslas
But they're
on the
still
road.
one of the most the richest company in the world too at the same time.
Yeah, but hopefully it'll
gonna
all
backfire
go
on 'em, I
horribly
think,
wrong.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So we're all screwed, basically, is what you're summing up
It's
to.
possible. Yeah. It's very, very possible.
Excellent.
But like, I don't.
Wish I hadn't
like,
asked. I'm definitely not watching the
obviously-
news now.
It'd be interesting to see what's going to happen with the UK with all of this? Because I do wonder, does this mean that we're going to start buddying up with Canada more and actually
Yeah,
start kind of like
interesting, yeah.
I would be
and actually
buddies
start
with
having?
Canada. They got bears.
I mean,
We could have an
I'm,
army of bears.
I mean, yeah, I'm down for that. I mean, to be honest with you, I like Canada, and I'm down for like having it so that stuff
They
goes kind
could
of.
fit us
The
there.
only
They
thing
could fit us
is,
there.
I don't like maple syrup.
You don't have to have it,
Oh, it's not great.
but you
Why
don't have
don't you
to
like
have
maple
it.
syrup?
I don't know. It's just not
Yeah,
great.
David is right. You don't have to touch it, but still, why?
I don't know. We
It's
tried
that
it with
sugary
pancakes.
goodness.
It's very
I
expensive.
don't, but I don't. So the only thing is, I don't know because it said it was maple syrup. I got maple syrup and pancakes at this place, but I don't know if it's proper,
Was it maple
proper-
syrup, though?
Well, I don't know. It said it was maple syrup on the
Was
thing.
it like watery?
Kinda, yeah, a bit watery. Yeah, it wasn't like syrup when you have syrup and pancakes.
That might be maple syrup then.
Is maple syrup quite watery?
It is quite watery, yeah.
It's a little watery than like definitely watery than what's it, golden spread?
Yeah,
golden syrup.
golden syrup's quite thick, isn't it?
I mean, the other thing as well is like they have chips, cheese, and gravy.
Chips, cheese, and gravy.
Yes, they do.
But they call it
That
poutine,
is
and they're like,
poutine.
"Oh, it's a traditional." And it's like, no, it's not. It's chips, cheese, and gravy, mate. Don't.
We do chips, cheese, and gravy.
Wait, is that like a thing? Like you guys have that down there? Because like,
Do you not get that from the fish and chip shops?
Well, yes, but in between the country, it's like if you go to like London and place like that, they don't do chips, cheese, and gravy. It's like a kind of they look at
Why
it.
not?
It goes.
Gravy's amazing. What about
Well,
curry
and-
sauce? Curry sauce as well.
Well, no, but basically, if you get south of Preston, it goes curry sauce, like, and then in
We do
different
everything.
places, like curry sauce in Wales has got raisins in it.
Yeah,
Oh.
I've had that before, and I don't know where I've had it, but I'm
And
not
it's
a big fan.
really weird. I don't know why. Why would you put raisins? But then
Is that
Kel-
like
some people
coronation
must like it.
chicken,
Kel
though,
loves
isn't
it
They
like
like have
it's-
raisins.
Yeah,
don't-
I'm not
I
a big
don't
fan of
know.
raisins.
do you like the curry sauce with the raisins in it? Oh, she does. Yeah, she's like nodding furiously. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't really know any other like. What else do they have in Canada for like exports? Like moose? Do they eat moose? Is that a thing?
Whiskey.
But we've got fucking Scotland. It's just over the border.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't like maple syrup. It was shag.
Hockey.
I don't know what else they do. Snow.
They're going to export snow to us. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, if we're going to start exporting and importing from Canada, they're going to have to come up with some better stuff to export because I don't know.
A lot of steel and wool. It's not wool. Wood.
I was going to say, wait, like, Cumbria's got a lot of wool.
Yeah. No, I think a lot of timber. Definitely, I think a lot of steel comes from there as well.
That's not as interesting. I don't really care about that. I want to know what delicious foods they can bring us. Basically,
Yeah.
what I want is like an international Just Eat. That's essentially it, or Deliveroo.
I reckon they got some good stuff. I'd be willing to try it. If I had to move there, I'd definitely make it.
Why
something.
is it that we always seem to get onto food at some point? Right.
I've not had dinner yet.
Should we talk about why we've been off air for so long?
Has it
No.
been that long?
It's been a while. But basically, it's my fault. That's what's happened. So there you go.
Okay.
Right, move on. No. So
Why was it your fault, Tom?
we went to Turkey, but we went for a specific reason, and so I talked to Kel about this. Like, we weren't sure, like should we talk about this and should we talk about it? But basically, Kel went to go and get what's it called again? Gastric sleeve. That's what she went to go and get. So we actually went out there because we've been trying with the NHS for fucking ages to get this, and to no avail. So eventually we paid for it ourselves and went out to Turkey to go and get this done. But I will say, and this is just a little managed to go to the dentist because I had a few teeth that was like, yeah. And here, this is a whole kind of tangent bit. I called Bupa up, and this is one of the only places I could actually get in.
Sorry, you what?
Bupa. It's like a
It's like a health
private,
insurance
like
over
a
here,
private,
isn't it?
yeah.
Private.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And
It's not cheap.
For a crown and for a root canal, it was going to cost £900 fucking pounds for one tooth.
Oh
For
wow.
one fucking tooth, which is just ridiculous. And out there, I managed to get 3 done for 450 quid.
Wow.
And like
Were
they
they-
were like
Were they
for-
licensed?
Yeah, it was honestly, it was unbelievable. This place, it was like this, like I don't know, it was like fancy as anything. The only thing I didn't like about it was, so they had like all like it was like kind of I don't know, it was really really fancy, but all of like the areas that you go into all had like glass fronts, so you could see everyone in the chairs getting their teeth
Oh.
done.
Fill in the chat. It
And
was a kebab house.
I didn't. They did do kebabs at the front as well, but and it was I don't know. It was all right. Like it was one of them things where it was the fucking dentist. You know, it was what it was. But fuck me, so much cheaper. Like to get all of my teeth done, it's going to cost like $4,000, which sounds like a lot. But when you think that one tooth is going to cost 900, it's
It's a lot of money.
insane. It's
It's
so
cheaper to go out there and get it done.
but the problem is you can't get on the NHS if you're not already on the NHS with a dentist. Are you with an NHS dentist, Chloe?
Nope. I can't
No.
get on it. I
Yeah.
can't even get Logan on it still.
Yeah, it's like they're talking about sorting out like the NHS and all this sort of thing, but the dentists they need to sort it out. Like it is so fucking bad. I will be curious actually in the chat. Let me know if you're actually with an NHS dentist or not, or if you're having to like wait for stuff, because I'm curious. So there's one immediately not. It's so hard to get on there. Like I was with an NHS dentist, but you had to keep going back in every like 6 weeks or
Just
something.
going
It was
really?
really stupid. And I was
It's every
tramping.
6 months normally, isn't it?
Well, I was tramping. How the fuck am I supposed to be doing this? I mean, maybe it was like, it was stupid. But it was just so they kind of making as much money as possible. It was weeks. It wasn't. It might have been like 12 weeks or something like that, or I don't know. But either way, it was so bad. Like how much? If you used to go to the dentist in America, like how much did it cost out there?
For me personally, it's pretty cheap because of my wife has really good dental insurance.
Not worth.
And for if not, then yeah, we're looking at around the same. But I think what is it, a root canal is what you said you got, or crown? Yeah, that's
No,
around
root canal,
that's around $1,600 for one tooth. But it's only like $400.
Is it for your insurance though? I take
Yeah,
it,
it's only
or-
around $400 per tooth. With
Wow.
insurance for the crown. That's like
Yeah.
that's a pretty big deal. You know what I mean? That's not like a filling. You know, and a filling is like $40. You know, but
Yeah.
crowns are a completely different story because that's actually you know
It's really. I'll
It's a
be honest
lot.
with you. It's really shit what they do now with all of this. It's I don't know. It's I think the dentists have now just got like out of control.
Well, I have to pay for Logan because I still can't get him on the NHS list.
So how much
He's
did it
waiting on the
cost?
list.
Like, if you don't mind me asking, like how much did it cost
Well,
like last time?
As you know, he's had bad teeth anyway.
Yeah.
So they've just been watching him. But every time I go there, I've got to pay for it.
So
But they are putting him forward to the hospital thing, which I'm waiting for them to call me back to have them all removed. They've done it nicely for, well, other than the fact Logan doesn't like him going anywhere near his face, but that's how I'm doing it at the moment.
So, Freddie, my youngest, and I didn't even know this was a thing. He has another set of teeth.
Oh wow, he's one of those.
Have you
where
heard of
he's
this
got
before?
Too many. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I was unaware that this was a thing. And again, it's thankfully he's on an NHS and he can get it all done. But it's just crazy. Because like the thing is, it's one of these things. Like I didn't realize, but like your teeth are one of them things that actually can, like when you're older, if you've not got your teeth sorted, they're one of the things that can kill you because you get an infection on it, and you get an infection when you're older.
get
well,
sepsis.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you die. And that's it. And I didn't realise how serious it actually was.
I know. I've got
Um,
some bad ones back here, but I just ignore it because I can't afford it.
Well, this is it. And I had this thing here was just like a temporary one, which I couldn't get done for ages. This one here, which I'll be honest with you, was like actually starting to kind of affect my
Just to
confidence a
clarify,
little bit.
he's pointing at his top.
Oh
front
shit!
tooth.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot. Like for those people, like this is like my main front one.
Yeah.
I don't really know what's in the fang as well, but basically like, that one was actually starting to affect my confidence a little bit. I was actually starting to kind of, I was starting to kind of struggle with it, but again, it's because it was one of them ones where it was like front and center. I couldn't just go.
Yeah,
like,
it's right
you
in
have
the
to get
way.
it done properly,
Yeah.
and I don't know. It's like a. I mean, how the fuck are you supposed to afford that? Like if you're needing like more than one tooth done, how are you supposed to be able to go out and actually get the money for this? Like, because that's
What if you have an emergency?
like,
You know what I mean?
Emergency
Oh,
money,
you knock a
David?
tooth out.
I haven't even got any of that.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Just
what?
if you
Just
ha-
like emergency care? If you
Yeah.
like get twatted by something, yeah,
Yeah.
you'd get emergency care.
And
But you'd still
You
have
have
to
to
go
pay
to
out
the
the
dentist
ass.
after. Well,
like what they
it
would do is they would
depends.
put something like they'd do a temporary filling over it, but then that'd be about it.
Yeah, you'd have to go and actually get it
Like
sorted.
it's like this one here. I went out and I got some like I got them to like basically just I don't know like kill it off and then like just put like a simple like filling over the top of it. But then the filling came out because obviously they only last so long, and then I was now left in this position where like what do I do with it? Like because I've now got multiple like I've got some back on my like further back, like where my kind of like my old chewing zone was as
molars.
such. Is that what they're called? I don't know. We're probably
Back
not.
ones are
the
molars.
technical term is correct. You know, the chewing teeth.
Is it actually? Wait, for real?
Yeah.
What is your chewing teeth?
Oh,
Finding-
you mentioned
Chloe's
me
there.
earlier.
The molars.
It's
yeah.
molars. Molars.
I genuinely thought for a second.
I feel
I
like-
thought I'd nailed it.
I feel like
I know
I
I'd
could
back
convince
on
you guys of anything. Especially-
Honestly, you really could. That's not even a joke, mate. You genuinely could. But like, again, so they need to get sorted. And obviously, we'll go out. But like, it's cheaper to pay to drive down to Manchester, get a fucking flight to another country, get a hotel, and
My
it's what the fuck.
my brother's girlfriend's Portuguese, and it's cheaper for her to go home and get a dentist.
It's just insane.
It's like more than half price. It's like a couple of £100. By the time she gets a flight, gets her teeth done, filling, whatever she needs, comes back home. She's had a holiday as well.
Yeah.
I'll go with her next time.
Right, it's fucking, it's just crazy. Like,
Anyway,
but-
so you missed all these bloody podcasts just because of bloody dentists.
well, no. So there was the other side to it, which was Kale and why we went out there, which is the original
Right.
actual reason we
So
went
you
out
got
there.
stuck on the teeth
so,
for a
so the
minute or two
teeth thing was something
Yeah.
that we were like, oh, well, while we're out there, I can get these things done
Okay,
because
yep.
it's only
How,
like
how,
a few.
how,
minutes
how far
more.
of an appointment did you have to make it? Like, did you have to make it months in advance or like just a week?
Well,
Did you
we
just wing
did,
it and
but
go, oh, that
really,
looks like a nice one.
well, no. So the company that we went with for Kale's thing, they also arranged it as well. But really, we could have given them like a week's notice. I mean, I went in
Right.
there with what I went in there was only supposed to be like a day, and it was over a course of like 3 or 4 days, and they just put me in, and that was that, and got me all sorted. Like I've got like some zirconia teeth, but anyways, so. Turkey, because this fucking
Turkey.
trip was hell on earth.
Well, yeah, I had to go to a dentist. It's never great.
Fuck no, but traveling there because I knew it was going to be bad. We went down there, and this plane that we got, it was something like I can't remember what the fucking company was, but we hadn't heard of it before. We knew it was going to be one of them ones where not great, and so we got these. Chairs. At the front, and we're both we're bigger couples, and like I try and sit in this fucking seat, It's just not. You can't fucking like these seats that we got, and this is the extra
Was
fucking
he
leg
had to hit the
room.
roof?
No. Like, but like it's like these kind of bucket seat things, and fucking you can't sit down in the bastard thing. Anyways, there was this whole fucking ordeal where we had to like change seats and we had to move with someone else. This guy got fucking irate with us. Like, Kill's there, like, this is like awful, like fucking awful. And I'm trying to kind of keep the calm. This one guy was a fucking dickhead and I snapped at him. There was a point where I was like, I thought I might antagonize this guy to try and hit me, and then he gets kicked off the flight. I was like really
probably
quite
have to leave
angry
too.
about it. Well, no, because if he hit me, I can just say, "Oh, he hit me. He has to go now. Bye, prick." It was like a fucking angry. So
Right.
we got
Started
there.
out well then.
It started out well, so we're already stressed by this point, and we've travelled quite a bit. Oh, there was the other thing where, as we were down there, there was this sudden realization because we go to Cyprus quite a bit, and I just thought, you know what? I'll just double check and make sure Google Pay works out there, and then we realised Google Pay doesn't work in Turkey at all. We have
So you didn't
no
plan
cards.
getting money out?
Because we're so used to going to Cyprus. Cyprus, you just use Google Pay. We
You
don't
still
get
have
any.
to plan what you get. You don't just
Well,
go to
no,
a foreign
I'll be honest
country and go,
with you.
here, be right.
I'll be honest with you,
Maybe
because
for you.
because we've gone to Cyprus so many times and we go basically going abroad with it, we're just so used to just using Google Pay. It didn't occur to us, anyways. So we had to borrow a friend's because we're thankfully. Kill has like friends down that way. We had to borrow someone's cards to go out there, and there was fucking. We had to get money out because the people then said at some point, they said, yeah, but there's going to be like a 10% charge if you use card. Well, fucking thing's like $3,000. So it means like spending an extra £300 because you're using card. So I had to try and work out how we were
you
supposed to
not pay
get
up front?
cash out. No, because it was one of them ones where you got put. We got
You just
le-
get put forward to it and then you pay
we
it
got
as you
led
go.
down to the basement of the thing, and actually, I'll come back to this part because this is
The
a fucking another
basement.
story. There is so much on this fucking trip, which was just crazy. Anyways, right, the airport, we land, and we have to go and get this car because we've leased a car for the week, so I can get down there, get round, we can go out and do a few other things, go to the shops if we need to. And it is fucking pitch black. It is midnight in Turkey. And we finally managed to get this car, managed to get out. And I think I may have got fleeced with insurance because we paid for insurance twice. It was a whole
Right.
thing. And so I set off outside this thing. And I'm like, we're just in this big open area. I'm like, what the fuck? Just come out of the car park. And I'm slowly driving like, where the fuck is the road? Then realise I'm in the middle of a roundabout. And I'm like, oh, fuck. So I'm like, eventually I find out where the road is. We kind of come round. We're on this motorway-ish section bit. And there's just dogs just wandering around on the road. And I'm like, oh, fuck, this is a whole thing. And I'm trying to keep it together. I'm trying to kind of remain calm. And we get to this just stacked up traffic, and I'm looking at it, and we kind of stop, and we're like, okay, what's this? And the next thing, people are running past the car down towards the thing, and then there's groups of people walking up. People are getting out of cars, and I'm like, just go ahead and lock that. That's great. We'll go ahead and put that on there. And we're just sat there. They're like, what the fuck is going on? Eventually, an ambulance turns up. Turns out there's been 3 people. One person's stopped. One person's gone to the back of them. Another person's gotten to the back of them. And,
Piled up, yeah.
just
Yeah.
a regular kind of crash that ends up with someone getting pulled out of the car and having the snot beaten out of them. We managed to get round the side of this, and this person's just being fucking pummeled. We're like, yeah, we'll go
Did
ahead.
you not
we'll-
stop this?
I'm in a country, I don't speak a lick of the language. I don't even know how to say hello in Turkish. So I'm not getting out and trying to break up a fucking fight. I'm
So you're
getting
just waving like,
shanked.
hi!
No.
See you later,
I'm like,
driving past.
I'm not even doing that. I'm just like, fuck this shit. I am gone. Kaelin checks her phone, and it says the hotel said, how long are you going to be? We're waiting for you. This message being at 8 o'clock, so 4 hours earlier. And we're like, oh no, are we going to be able to get to the hotel? So the fucking stress levels are fucking rising. And then I noticed the fuel is getting low on it because obviously they're not giving us any fuel. So I have to stop at a petrol station. This guy comes over to me and I'm trying to use Google Translate to try and get him to try and understand. And where like I'm trying to explain, I want half a tank. Just give me half a tank. I don't know what litre fucking tank this is. And oh fuck. So my stress levels are through the roof. It takes us like 20 minutes to get down to the fact of like, I want 20 litres. Just put 20 litres of fuel in it. Just fucking send the eventually we fucking managed to get to this place and it's just like, it says there's parking there. It's not. It's like this crazy ass street parking where someone comes out and moves a sign. It's like a whole fucking thing. We managed to get settled, and then with the operation, we get there, and this place is just bizarre. Like it's I can't even explain this hotel, a hospital, because it's like it was like a hotel in some bits, but also not. And like it was one of those.
It was a hotel
where,
that was converted into a hospital.
I don't know. That's genuinely what I think it might have been. But so because obviously Kale's having this operation, she won't be able to eat, but I can, and so we've signed up for me to get meals for every single one. And these meals were not like something I would eat. Like there was the breakfast.
Hospital meals.
Oh no. Hospital food's like, this is like.
Hospital food's alright.
I know, but this is not. So the breakfast was some olives, 2 weird pieces of cheese which tasted wacky, something green which I don't really know what it was.
Veg.
Some kind of veg, but I don't know what it was. And some other little bits. Oh, a cold, hard-boiled egg. And she brought me this breakfast every single day, and we told them, I'm not going to eat this. And she kept bringing it to me. She kept bringing me all these different wacky meals, some of which, one was just purple, like a vivid purple. Don't know what that meal was. This woman, now bearing in mind, I've been divorced.
Have you? You've never said that.
I've been divorced twice, and I've dealt with
Twice?
Twice?
Oh yeah, we don't know about that. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Anyways, I've dealt with some very angry women in my life. Like I say,
obviously, if you've been divorced twice,
well, exactly.
Jesus.
I need you to understand when I say this. I've never had a woman hate me as much as that woman did. There was a day.
The poor lady that was bringing
the woman
you food
who brought me
and
the
went,
food and then
"Fuck
took
this
it back.
shit. It's horrible.
I
Don't cook for me ever again."
She loathed me. She
Yeah, I'm not
loathed me,
surprised.
unlike any woman has ever loathed me before. I thought one day...
Did she speak English?
She did not, but I thought she was going to drop kick me one day. There was one day where, so she didn't come in angrily, I had to put the food down the toilet and make it look like I'd eaten it because I couldn't deal with her looking at me like that.
And then you clogged
lost
up the
weight
toilet,
while
and
you
then
were
she had
away.
to go fix it.
Oh, fuck. Could you imagine that happening? I have...
And then she
Why
sees
is this
her
asparagus in here?
boiled egg and everything.
Oh, fuck. There was like maybe 2 meals I ate out of that. There was some just wacky... I mean, I didn't even know what meat it was. Like, there was meat in there. I don't know what that fucking is. Oh, fuck. It was like a thing. It was like a whole thing. And then, obviously, Kale with the surgery, she's just in agony with it. Like, it's... I don't know if you like... Have you ever had, like, keyhole surgery before? Either of you?
No, I've never had surgery, ever.
Do you know how that works?
Well, you
Like-
open a little keyhole and put a lock in it.
Well, it's not like that.
No, it's
Basically,
not.
put
I know
the
it's
rod
not.
in.
You put a little thing in it.
Yeah. So little things like that.
Yeah.
Do you know that they blow you up like a balloon?
Nope.
No, I didn't know that.
Yes, they blow you up and put air inside you so they can fuck around inside you. That's how that works.
Is that just for certain types of surgery?
Well,
then?
I don't know, but it was for this one here. And this was not explained to us. In fact, there was a bunch of shit that, because obviously you're dealing with salespeople, I do feel like they may be overselling it and they don't want to give you the shit stuff. They don't want to explain how bad these things are. And so there was like
Yeah, but
these
you're going in for
parts-
surgery. You know it's going to be bad.
Oh, but
You
like
weren't awake for it though. She wasn't awake for it.
she wasn't, but like she came around quite quickly and she was downstairs, whereas I was kind of wanting her with me when she woke up. I'll be honest with you, in my head there was that I did think there was in my head, when Charlie bit my finger, that kind of like he came round, or like it's that was
Yeah.
that is that not anesthetic one? The Charlie bit my finger? Oh no, it's not.
No, that's just a
what's
little
the
kid.
Oh yeah. Ignore that.
That's just a little
But basically,
kid biting
them
a
sort of
finger.
videos where they're in the car
Good
and like
idiot.
the kind
Yeah.
of like people are kind of
Charlie
like,
bit my finger.
I don't know. For some reason, I
not
thought
even
that was
related.
anesthetic. I don't know.
Nothing, not even close.
Ignore that.
That's like, oh god.
Yeah, we'll do that. And
That's
it
not
was,
being cut out.
Yeah, it was like
You
it was just
absolute
an
moron.
ordeal for her, and it. I mean, don't get me wrong. They were like, so we had like these translators where they were coming in. They were kind of the go-betweens, but there was this kind of there was a disparity between the lovely people who worked for the company that was there translating and helping us, and somewhat brutality of the other people who like prodded and poked us so fucking many times. It was bad, wasn't it, Peeps? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyways,
Right. Any more?
Oh, he says the best is yet to
can I
come.
tell them that?
I bloody hope so.
Right. So I
on.
wasn't going to tell you this part of the story here because it was.
Well, you bloody
bad.
better now because we need
Well,
something exciting.
oh,
Well, you
so,
saying that
Not
the one he
saying
was
your
just talking
story's boring.
So
Come on.
when she went in, and because obviously there was no translators allowed in there, she went into the actual operating theatre, and there was the light above, and it apparently had, it had blood on it, where they've moved it and they've had blood in the hands, and obviously it's not like a lot, but like end of the day you're kind of in this gown looking up at this thing, and there's this spot of blood or like globule of blood above her.
Blobjewel.
And then this person appears to basically give her the knockout juice or whatever you want to call it.
Anesthesia.
And
Anesthesia.
you know how if you've been knocked out before in England, it's like, okay, we're gonna put, it's gonna feel a bit weird. What I'm gonna do is gonna get you to count down from 10. You know, so go on, count down. You're all good. We're right here with you. In Turkey, they looked at her, went bye bye, and then injected her. That's like, and Kale being Kale was like, well, my kidneys gone now, aren't they? Because, you know. But it like, fuck me. And we reported this to them, and they're like, well, I don't think that happened. But it fucking did, because it did happen. So it's one of them things. But
you reported it?
So
Yeah, we
has she still got
reported that.
kidneys?
Do you have your kidneys?
But what's wrong with what they did?
Don't
Bye
know.
bye.
What about your spleen? Do you have your spleen?
I do feel
Is it-
I have lost a lot of weight, so maybe it has.
For some reason, out of all the things she kept saying, I think they've removed my spleen. Don't know why.
In her,
it was spleen every
in her-
fucking time.
In her drugged up capacity, that's what she was thinking. Is
yeah,
that what
yeah.
you're saying?
I don't know.
But-
She's
So,
very attached
okay,
to her
basically,
spleen.
so what? They didn't say, okay, we're going to count down from 10.
Nope.
Oh, maybe in Turkey
No,
they don't do
someone
that.
appeared over her head, shoved the needle into her, and went bye bye.
What is
Exactly
wrong with
like
that?
that.
But what is wrong with?
What do you mean? What's fucking wrong with that? Because
I mean, was
fucking
there a
horrifying.
language barrier? I mean, if you start counting down in a different language, she might be
I
going,
don't know.
eh?
There's a certain callousness that I think may have been, yeah. I don't
Maybe
know.
they're like just fucking with you for fun.
But
I mean,
why
if you do
would
that job,
do
why
that?
would you not? Why would you not? If I was an anesthesia, I would do the same. I would.
Maybe that's a
inject
good job
you,
that you're not.
and I'd go, I'm going to take your kidney. Bye bye, and then let it
What
fall asleep.
in the actual fuck? I'm so glad you're a truck driver. That's a good thing.
Why would you not? Would that not be the most fun thing ever? You could be in it going home and going, yeah, I
So-
scared the shit out of someone
It's like
earlier.
the guy on the at the fun fair or whatever, where it's a drop, where people
Yes.
drop down.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I
hold on a
mean,
second, I
when
forgot to
someone's
put
doing
your
that on the
shoulder,
Yeah.
your
fair,
shoulder
It's
straps
so
down,
good.
and all of a sudden drop.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute, there's a bolt missing. Ah! Yeah, that's great.
Or like before people go out on the parachutes and they're like, oh no, I don't think your parachute's gone, and then they push them.
Yeah, they do it with the bungee
Yeah.
jumpers as well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, you're not strapped in. I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
totally do that. That would be. I'd love
I think
that
it ruins the experience. I don't think they should be able to do that. As in like, come on, can I not have a fun experience here without thinking this one time that I'm ever going to do this? The whole time, am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going? Oh, I'm not dead. That bastard tricked me. I don't want to have that experience. I want to have the experience going like, oh boy, this is going to be crazy. You know what I mean? That just takes it away. I'm like, that's just wrong.
It
You know what
really
I mean?
is. It's fucking with
It's
someone
like
for
isn't
like
it
no
not like
good
meant to be an
reason.
adrenaline
Isn't it?
kick though? Is
Well,
that
no,
not
it's a
more
fear
of a
that
kick?
you weren't paying for. I don't like you really
Yes,
are getting.
that's precisely it. I mean
Okay.
that you like there's an expectation in these sort of things. And to be honest with you, that's actually quite a good analogy to it. Where like there's an expectation that you are in safe hands and that person's there to kind of like end of the day that person's there to make you feel safer about what you're doing, and they're literally doing the complete opposite of that. Like it's like that kind of thing of like, oh, I'm gonna die, which like there's a certain level of narcissism there of like, why would you do that? I mean, obviously Chloe's just a fucked up person, so I can forgive her
I
for
would
that.
totally do that.
when I skydived, I skydived with a person attached to
you?
me, and so on the way down, he was struggling. Because he was struggling to get his chute out because he was pulling on the cord and everything. I'm like, I'm kind of while we're falling, I'm kind of like, I'm kind of looking up at him. I'm like, is everything okay? I'm like, hold on. He kept on doing it, and eventually the chute came out, and we're just hanging there. I'm like, so what happened there? I'm like, fuck, the chute wouldn't come out. And I'm like, I thought we were gonna have to do the emergency one. I'm like, so I was kind of half thinking maybe. I don't know if that's something that he does, just to kind of fuck with people, or was it actually because it did take
or
him a
was
little
it
longer.
actually playing out?
Because he saw that because I saw that he was struggling a lot, and I'm like, come on, let's just.
Yeah, but if it was an actual thing though, he probably would have been like, "Oh shit,
Well,
fuck, no."
Well, he did. He said, "Fuck, god damn it, fuck." You know, he was struggling and verbally as well. You know,
If that is the case, that's so fucked up because, like, the thing is, I bet you now, if I asked you, do you want to go and do it again? Like, even
I did
if
it again
even-
after that.
But I bet you were right. But I bet you were.
He's fine.
I bet there was like a reluctantness. But basically, I bet that you didn't. There's probably part of you that didn't want to do it because of that experience.
I hear you. I
Yeah.
didn't get that, but I figure like these guys are still alive. All right, meaning they've been doing it for years, which means that they've had
I don't know if that's the
100%
takeaway there.
successful. They've had 100% success in all of their jumps.
So
like-
far.
Yeah, you could be the one that goes wrong.
Yeah.
But then saying that, you could go out tomorrow and get hit by a bus. So anything could happen. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest. They don't leave the bodies of the people who don't make it on the grounds. So, if you want to look at it like that, if the left
The
like
one I
the
don't get-
splattered remains of
the
the
one
last
I don't
person who didn't
get-
make it.
Is people climb Everest and they walk up there and they see people that have died all over the mountain, and then they still go for it.
yeah,
Why would you do that?
because they think
Why
they're different.
would you do that? That's so much more likely to die. Why would you go, oh, look, there's another dead person there that didn't make it?
Well, the thing
That's
is,
gonna be me in a
it's like a
minute.
kind
Brilliant.
of. But Everest isn't really what you kind of imagine it to be. Everest is like, do you know them really long lines to get into like somewhere like really good? Like the lines are fucking huge, like for a theme park, and like the line's really long. It's basically that. From the bottom of Everest to the top of it, that's essentially what it is. It's just a really long queue to get there.
And that's
then
where
you
people
get
are
to the
dying.
You're
top.
likely to
Yeah.
die.
It's at the very
same
top is where people are
time.
dying because they're waiting for people to take selfies at the very top, and so they just can't.
Really?
Yeah, it's just at the very top, absolutely crazy long line, and people are up. That's what they're all just waiting. It's just they can, and some people
That's
can't
so
handle that.
British to be in a line waiting for that.
It really is, isn't it?
So, Tom, what else happened in Turkey?
The other thing was we got to pay for it, and I managed to get the money. But we were trying to work out how to get this money, and I figured out eventually that I could Western Union the money to myself.
Okay.
Which was
like a 1% fee or something?
Basically, yeah. Rather than paying well, actually, no, it wasn't even that, because for a first-time user, we got that waived. We just paid for the actual putting it on there, basically. So it was it cost fuck all, but we didn't know what money to get it out in, so we got it out in Turkish lira, and Turkish lira is a crazy.
Is that type of money?
Well, so I think £1 is about 50 lira or 48 lira or something like that, or it's it's a lot basically, and so with the money that we got, it was 130,000 Turkish lira, and it didn't occur to me when I transferred this of physically how much money that is. And so the guy put down the first clump. We have got a picture of this first thing of money, and then the next one, and then the next one, and he just
my
God, there's this pile. I have basically a briefcase worth of money, and I'm looking at this, and I'm like, is this it? Is this everything? It's yep, that's it, that's everything. And I'm like, and then Kale, when we got in the car afterwards, he was like, you should have counted it. I'm like, I don't even know how to count this amount of money. There is so much of it. And then I said to him, we need something to put it in, and he just got this little black bin plastic bag. And we just shoved all this money in there, and I put it in my backpack. So I always, when I'm away, I've always got a backpack, but I'll have it on the front of me. I'd never have a backpack.
Yeah.
If you ever travel, have
Especially
your
that
backpack
money,
on the
innit?
front. Well, exactly. So I've got this, and I'm just holding on to it. And we were supposed to go to the shops.
Not looking
afterwards.
suspicious whatsoever.
Well, we were supposed to go to the shops, and I was like, I don't know what to do. Where do I put this money? I now have 130,000 lira just on me. What the fuck do I do with this? But
and how much was that in money?
so
real
that was
money?
about
A tenner.
$3,000ish, something like that. It was. Yeah, it was about
How
about
far would
250.
that have got you out there though? If you bought other stuff, conversion wise.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll talk about it in a second, because there's a bit of there's two things to this actually. Because I do want to talk about the driving in other aspects, because obviously I want to talk about, because there's the last part of this is I want to talk about the trucks out there. Considering this is a trucking podcast, I feel like I need to at some point.
Are we? I thought this was a
yeah.
Tom.
Do you remember
Tom in
this?
Turkey. No,
Well, fucking feels like it this week. But when we went to go and pay for it, it's down in this basement, and she's like, the first person goes in with a few, put somebody on the desk, and then she's got euros. And I was like, oh, we're paying with Turkish lists. I wish to just gone with euros. And she goes,
Yeah.
she says to me and says okay, have you got gone? And I'm like, I get to do the thing. So I said, here's your money, and just dump the whole bag. And so it just all falls onto the desk, all these massive wads of money. I was like, I got to do that in first time in my life. I got to dump.
And she didn't
load of
understand a
money.
word you said.
I don't really care. No, she
You just
didn't.
lo-
But I don't really care. I got to dump a load of money, a bag full of money, onto a desk and
Do
be
you
like,
think you were the first person to do that as well?
I don't care. Again, I
Or
hope
she's
so.
probably had
but-
it every time.
Yeah.
Going.
The fact that you
one
could
of
have paid in
those
euro is
again.
crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Why
you
couldn't you-
could have paid in pounds.
Why didn't you?
Oh, what? So you
I
just
didn't
got
know
out
this.
all that?
Yeah. But hey, anyways, but
Anyway, to be fair, that sounds more exciting given a big wad of money. That
oh, it's
feels quite
fucking
powerful.
so good.
I would have found that cool.
So some things were very, very expensive. I got so my car cost me a lot of money when I bought it, because it was at the height of COVID. So it was about £10,000. I got a Ford C-Max 16 plate. When I got it, I had 50,000 miles on it. And I was speaking to someone
Yeah.
out there, and he got his
Very good.
round about the same sort of time. So mine was 10 grand for a C-Max, and it was a kind of the nicer version, titanium, all of that sort of thing, and diesel. He got a Seat Ibiza, so slightly smaller car, but again, sort of a kind of like the nicer version of it. Again, 16 plates, 50,000 miles on it when he bought it, secondhand, all of that sort of thing. So kind of fairly similar. And that
Similar,
was
but completely different car. Yeah.
but his was 20,000 equivalent, £20,000.
But yours is a Ford.
Well, I know, but it's more a kind of like as close as equivalent, like for like. Because mine's slightly bigger than his, it's slightly smaller, but it just kind of shows like how much more some of the imported cars are now. Stuff like your vegetables and stuff like that, obviously they're like dirt cheap in comparison. So you're paying like fuck all for it. I think like a bottle of bottles of water were like 20p or something like that equivalent for like a massive bottle of water. And so like
because it's just out of the tap.
Well, it is, but like I don't know, it's one, but like equivalent stuff like that. But then we went to McDonald's because I didn't really know where I was supposed to go to eat.
Yeah,
and
You've got to try McDonald's in every country, though.
Well, this is it. Yeah, you do. So that was like 12 quid for like, and they did supersize there as well, which I was quite excited
Did
about.
you get it?
But I did. But with the supersize, you also got a pudding with it as well. I got a fucking churro.
What, like a pie?
No, a churro. But it was like the kind of it was so fucking good, and it had like caramel dipping sauce with it.
Why
Fuck
don't
me.
they have that here? Because they do that at Taco Bell, and that is good.
Do they? I saw. No, I've not. And it was
Yeah,
fucking
they
amazing.
do them
It
at
was
Taco
so
Bell.
fucking
Oh,
good.
so good.
So good.
I
What
want
else were we
McDonald's
talking about?
churros now.
But driving in Turkey. So this was kind of like
Okay.
This was all of this other one was really kind of to talk about. It's like 'cause it was very strange seeing. I didn't see a single Volvo out there. I saw a few Mercedes.
What, this is lorries, cars? What now?
Lorries, yeah. Didn't see.
He did say 15 minutes ago he was going to talk about trucks.
Yeah, I know, I did. Yeah, like no DAFs at all. What everyone was driving was Ford. Every single lorry Ford. Every single
'Cause I know
truck
they are
was a
a
lorry.
thing.
It was a Ford lorry, and it was like they had 6-wheelers and 8-wheelers. And honest to God, like you should have seen, like some people know. Where I work, sometimes we may run a little bit heavier than we should do. You know, it's one of them things. This was on another scale. This was on another scale. Like there was 6-wheelers that must have been going around with 40 tons, like total weight of 40 tons.
And how could you tell they weighed so much?
Because you with the mass of it and what they were carrying, you can just eyeball it. You just kind of know what they've got. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can just see like the amount of weight on them.
But have they got any rules out there?
Well, I don't know. There's like it feels like some places there was rules. Some places there wasn't fucking any rules. Like the roundabouts were crazy. Like there was just no logic to the roundabouts in this.
Or were you going in the wrong direction and everyone else was going correct?
Well, it wasn't that. So like once you're roundabout, you get on it, and once you're on it, you've got kind of right of way. You go wherever you need to. But on some of the roundabouts, you have to stop halfway, like midway through the roundabout, and let people go in front of you. But then some of them you don't. And there seems to be no kind of like set rules as to which ones that is. It's just figure it out for yourself. Crack on, son. And then you have to be very, very aggressive, right, with getting in to places. It's crazy. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear my cat, by the way, absolutely going fucking nuts in the background.
No,
he's about to get sprayed in the
face. Don't know what you're talking
about. But there you go. That was my adventures in Turkey. And
well, I just feel like. Maybe next time fork out the money, and then do it in England.
The thing is, though, again, the same thing. You're talking.
How long were you there for?
Oh, we were there for a week.
Okay.
It's about saving money. You know what I mean? As in,
It
like,
is. I will say
like-
though, just quickly though, can I tell him? Yeah. Wait.
Yeah, I think you should now.
No.
You can't
Yeah.
not tell us.
So it was 2 and a bit weeks ago, and you've lost 34 pounds, which is about
Whoop woo!
15 kilos.
Get on.
I don't know what that is. Is that? Can you know what that is? David? Do you know that translated into anything else?
I don't know, ounces. Ounces. No, but
How
I
much did it
understand.
cost
I understand
overall,
exactly, right? If you can, if you can,
Save a bit of bob.
save a lot of money. And like right now, I'm doing renovations on a house, right? So if I was to price that out by having someone else, a professional, do it, what would cost me $1,000 would be like $5,000 if
With
someone
a
else was to
holiday.
do it.
That's not fun. Yeah.
The what?
With a holiday that's not a holiday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
you
a-
know, so,
I mean,
but there's a lot of work, and it's a lot. It's a huge
Yeah.
headache for me to do
a lot
all
of
this.
hassle.
I- I'm learning as I go. Like right now, I'm doing the cabinets, but I want to do a really as professional looking as possible. You know, so I'm sanding everything, and I bought a paint sprayer and everything. I even have a kill room, a kill room set up.
Kill room? What, are you going to be
you
a
know,
murderer?
where there's plastic.
Going
there's
full Dexter.
plastic
Dexter
everywhere.
going on it.
You know what I mean? And that way I can spray without destroying stuff. You know, but which is kind of cool.
Spray blood.
You know, but
so what
no,
you're
it's just-
saying is like you should try and do some of the stuff yourself. Like,
Well,
Yeah, you should have done that root
so
canal
right.
yourself.
Well, so if what
No,
if
well,
I'd
I'm just
taken
saying
a
is
stomach
by
out
by spending,
and then let the other people kind of like finish off the work, that would have saved
Well,
some
you
money.
learned
I
now, so you got to blow her up first. You can start doing that.
think. It's something about DIY and it's like to save money. You should do some of the work yourself. So we should have like what we'll do is next time. And next time I'll kind of cut into you and kind of like do all the incisions. Let the guy
Yeah, you know
come in
what you're doing now.
afterwards, and I think that'll probably because we could probably save $1,000 off that, like, which would be great.
You can save a lot of money. Yeah.
Thanks,
DIY.
Sorry, Dave. I had to make that
Poor
joke.
David.
It was just there. It was just there.
I didn't speak for half an hour, and
Sorry, go on. Sorry. I feel like I'm so used to talking now. I've had to like. I feel like I've just filled like fucking half an hour or something.
I know. I think it's a good.
Story
I
time.
think it's a good comparison that you went through a huge headache.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
getting flights, getting a hotel, eating the worst
Yeah.
meals as possible, and all that thing. But you actually saved yourself. You probably saved yourself what, $6,000 altogether? It was 10.
No?
Probably more.
Yeah,
Probably
yeah.
more.
'cause
10?
between the both of you guys,
Wow.
because of the operations and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
and
See,
everything.
that's worth the headache. Let's
So
be
yeah,
honest.
as in, it's just that So I don't know. I can kind of compare it. It is a headache, but then when I look at it, like, okay, the amount of money I'm actually saving is crazy, and I
worth
get to
it.
have a bunch of
Yeah.
extra tools now. You know, so I've got a
That's
ton of more
very true.
tools now.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah?
tools. You know, yeah, because a bit. What
and
I'm
then
doing,
when your next project, you know what you're doing now.
exactly. You know,
The
exactly.
more you do, the more you learn, the more you can get done and save yourself a shit ton of money in the future.
I have outside on my driveway. I have a 10x10 canopy that is covered. There's plastic everywhere, but I kind of ran out of plastic, and I just put a regular drop cloth for painting at the very bottom. But it started raining, and it started leaking. The water leaked into the paint, and then the paint started going into the driveway. So this morning I had to pressure wash or power wash the driveway because there was paint all over it because I kind of screwed up. But hey, I learned that don't put plastic. It's just that the thing is, if there's plastic on the ground, and because I'm spraying, all right, there's a lot of spray. Half the paint goes on the product, and half the paint goes off, you know, and lands on the ground and on the walls and all that, you know. But on the plastic, it's very wet. Still, there's wet paint, so you're walking on the wet paint, and then
Yep.
you're walking out to put the cupboards or the baseboards or whatever I'll say. So there's footprints everywhere. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do I do? But anyway, I'm still trying to figure that out. But yeah,
I'm trying to save money with my car at the moment because it's due a service.
Nice
Like,
one.
It definitely needs a service, and I've got a mate that's got a garage that's going to help me.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to turn up with all the tools. It also needs a wheel bearing because it's making a little bit of noise in one of the wheel bearings. So while
Awesome.
I'm doing it, I'm going to get him to be there to supervise, but I'm going to do it myself.
That's
Save
awesome.
myself a shed ton of money.
A lot of YouTube videos. Now, what I did,
Yes. Well,
I
he's there to
recently
tell me, so it's fine.
my car wouldn't
Probably
the
take
car wouldn't start. All right, so I took it in to the
Yeah.
into the shop, into the garage, and they said I spent $200 for them to tell me that it's going to cost $1,000 to get the starter replaced. I'm like, holy crap! No, thank you. I'll get it somewhere else because that's going to be like
To get a starter
Honda,
motor replaced.
a starter motor. Yeah. So basically,
Wow.
Honda they're going to be using a Honda part, a genuine
Right.
Honda part, and so like, you know what? Screw it. I'll do it myself. I watched a bunch
Yeah.
of YouTube videos. It took me a total, I don't know, just with the YouTube videos and all that kind of stuff, probably took me around 4 hours to do. But because there was
Totally
a lot of,
worth it.
but I did it.
That's not
I was
bad.
so fucking proud of myself. You know what I mean? I got the part for 300.
And how much money did you save yourself?
So I think I saved myself $650. And I got a couple of
Totally
extra
worth
tools
it.
as well. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I learned something as well. You know what I mean? As in like, is that what a starter is? You know what I mean? The biggest headache is the first time you do something. It's because now
Yeah.
I know where the bolts are. Now I know
Yeah.
how to, because sometimes you don't have the leverage, the lever. You don't have the area to get that second crank or on the adjustable wrench, where I only have like 5 degrees of moving, where you need 6, and it's just kind of so I wasn't able. It was just anyway. It was a fun, awesome thing I did in the 4 weeks that we haven't been up on
Hell
here.
yeah.
The thing is,
yeah.
for me, because we only have because we're up here and we're kind of like alone as such, we don't have anyone that can. It's something that I'd like to do. Like I need 2 new springs on the front of my car, and it's something that
You need some tools for that.
well, this is it, and it's something that I'm sure that if I put my mind to it and I actually did it all, I could probably kind of eventually get there with it.
Yeah.
But if I fuck that up, I'm in such big trouble.
get proper
I am.
hose springs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I did have
it's-
to borrow the
Oh,
tools.
Phil's got the tools.
Yeah,
Phil will help you.
I have a
He's
friend
volunteered.
who lives a mile away. He used to be a professional mechanic. He had a ton of tools that I was able to borrow as well, so that was handy as well. So if I get
That's
to give
the
those
thing,
back,
isn't it? Having the tools you
But,
need on hand to do the actual job and attempt it.
I think the
Otherwise you
biggest
attempt it.
issue is though, with that sort of thing, the biggest tool is me for this sort of thing. I am the tool, and it makes me very nervous that I could break this thing that is essential to our
I need
existence
this for
here.
my life. Yeah, absolutely. That is the worry.
I don't know.
a lot of the times I learn best by making mistakes. You
Yeah.
know, like
Yes,
seriously,
yeah, completely. Yeah.
like okay,
You've got
I
to.
bought this paint sprayer. All right, and I followed all. Like I looked at all the instructions. I went through a ton of times because it's an expensive mistake if you screw up, and because the paint is not cheap. You know what I mean? So I was like, and I'm just. It says to do this. And I'm like, but why? Well, why do that though? I want to know. Give me better explanations. You know. So you know what? Screw it. Fuck it. I don't give a shit anymore. I'm just gonna do it. And then I made all the mistakes. I sprayed in my face. I got paint where it wasn't supposed to. You know, it was just I made all
Where are
the
you
mistakes.
putting it?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Shoving it up my ass. Turns out that wasn't a great idea.
That was the do not
You
do.
know what I
All
mean?
right, why not?
You know, I got paint. I got paint splatters where it wasn't. You know, it didn't look great at the start. But anyway, it was just more like, oh wait, that's why you do that. Yeah, that's why. Okay, it's just that the instructions were, just do our way. You know what I mean? But why?
Yeah.
I need to know
Yeah,
why.
yeah,
That-
yeah.
Yeah,
Every
yeah,
time, for
yeah.
every single instruction, I just wanted to know why, and that's what
Yeah.
really annoyed me about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As in, like, so I just said I made mistakes, and now I understand how.
Yeah.
So I'm like you, where and I've had it before where. Like other places, like where I fucked up at work, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to ask questions about it, and they're just getting quite irate with me by the fact I'm asking more questions. Like, but to me, just saying no, you can't do this. That's not enough.
You need to understand why. Yeah.
My brain needs to have like a don't do this, or this could happen.
Yeah.
And even then,
Yeah.
sometimes I like to make sure and just double check. And
Yeah, but it's the same. I've been training we've not been on podcast for a few weeks actually. I've been training new Roro driver, and she's nailed it. But it's the same thing as training. You've got to tell them do's and don'ts, but then you've got to explain why not to do something and what can happen, and then you've also got to let them make the mistakes themselves while you're there, so you can say, well, this is why you don't do that. There you go. It's exactly why you don't do that, because this happens. It's, just to bring it back around to trucks again. It's a true story.
I liked it. It was good. Like I think especially with stuff like Ro-Ros. I mean, like for them sort of things, you do need to have. You do need to see the mistakes. You need to kind of like, and it is good. Like,
and explaining the mistakes that you've done as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's just, I feel like someone who's made a ton of mistakes can teach a lot better than someone who's always done everything right.
So she went out on her own, right, in my lorry. I was in a demonstrator, and she did make the one mistake I did say about. Easy to do. She basically started lifting the bin off with the sheet on, so it pulled the sheet away and damaged a bit the metal bracket. Anyway, it's fine. She stopped. She realised. I was like, that's exactly why you don't do it, as I explained. But now you know. You're never going to do that again. She's like, fuck no, I'm never going to do that again. Anyway, all was good. All got fixed. And then I always told her, be careful of trees as well, because your rower is quite tall. You right there, Tom?
I know where this is going.
And what did I do the other day? After explaining why you should stay clear of trees, so I was driving. We had a busy day, so I was trying to get done, and I was taking a shortcut down a little country lane. Bearing in mind,
it's all the hallmarks. When we tell a story, this has got all the.
This is why you don't do this.
It's got this. Yeah. It's got the narrow lane. It's got that I was in a rush.
It was. I was in a rush. I went down the shortcut. I was like, I'll go the back way because the other way is going to be full of traffic. I'm going the back way because fuck it. I need to get on.
#send it.
Trees. When trees kind of like sit out in the road a little bit, overhang a little bit. Big ass tree trunks, by the way. Bear in mind, when I take these giant containers that are wider than my lorry, this is one of the lanes I have to take them up. And I'm super careful and avoid all these trees, and I'm impeccable, and make it through. The one fucking time I race it through in a row with the fucking 40 on, I twat a tree. Not just twatted it, full on smacked it with the top of this 40-yard row where my sheet was, and I thought, oh yeah, I've just hit another tree. I've done that before,
Oh, so you didn't realise how bad this was?
I didn't realise how bad it was, because the thing is, when the rows, you've got a row on, they're tall, right? They are tall. If you've had rain, you hit branches, overhanging trees. It happens because your bin is so tall. The amount of times tree chunks I have hit, we've all done it. All our row drivers have done it. We all talk about it and have a little giggle like, oh yeah, I twatted that tree. So I literally just was like, oh yeah. My mate rang me up and I was like, oh yeah, I just twatted a tree. Oh, hilarious. Got back to the yard. I full on broke my sheet. Like completely ripped it apart. Not just hit it, full on destroyed it. And I thought it was fine. I thought I'd be alright. It was just the bin. No, I really broke.
That's fucking. I will say that's one thing I've not really had a lot of experience with. I've done some like crazy long loads. I've done wide loads, but I've not done many like tall loads where like you're having to watch out above you. Like it's not.
Shouldn't that be natural for you? Every time you walk around, you're always walking around. It should be like second nature.
Yeah, you should be used to that. But amazing.
I'll allow it this one time. Yeah, no, it's not something I've got a lot of. I mean, because I will say I was watching something in America, a video of like he'd had like got some big machine on, and he was driving down this street, and he caught, and it was clearly an electrical wire, and you could hear it as he hit, and you could hear it crack. And I'm like,
scary.
But how are you allowing the cables to hang down this low? This is like,
that's an issue, surely.
Like, this is crazy. Like,
it is?
Yeah, I don't know.
They should be to a certain height, though, shouldn't they? So
they
that
are at a
vehicles
certain
can
height.
get under.
But I don't know. It's just I don't know. I'm not going to defend America. Fuck it.
it's indefensible at the moment.
I have nothing. So yeah. So the moral of the story is I got back. It made her feel better though. I said, you know that tiny bit of damage that like took 2 seconds to fix? And she's like, yeah. I was like, a look at my truck.
Oh no.
She's like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, that's why you want to watch out for trees.
I mean,
The annoying thing is, I've avoided for trees for so long, and I'm so careful, and I don't do damage.
but you
I
could
think
have
the
come
last
back
time
and you could have been like,
Yeah.
so I said, I've done this to teach you a lesson, to show you why you shouldn't do it. I mean, I didn't want to do this, but I just thought, you know what, it's best that I show you.
Best
and
that it
yeah.
Well, I went straight into my boss and I said, I'm not going to sugarcoat this. I said, I twatted a tree. He's like, what do you mean you hit a tree? I was like, I hit a tree. He's like, I'll be all right. He looked at the camera. He went, it doesn't look that bad. I was like, no, I think you want to come and look at it. He's like, oh, okay. And he came out and he went, oh, yeah, you really did hit a tree, didn't you? I was like, yeah, sorry. I'm really sorry. I am really... Honestly, I was on the verge of crying. I was like, I'm
You
so
really? Oh, bless you.
Because the thing that winds me up is I'm so careful normally, and I drive like a grandma, and I'm proud of it. And it was just, I was taking a shortcut, I was avoiding cars, and I just lost a little bit of concentration.
It takes
And I just,
it takes a
just
second.
happens.
It takes a second, doesn't it?
I mean, at least it was a tree. It wasn't anything bad, you know.
Yeah,
There's not anyone else's car or anything like that. I was very
Yeah.
careful of that. It was just that tiny lapse of concentration on like not looking ahead up what's above me when I normally would.
yeah.
And I just thought I was fine. And I just, I've done that road so many times. A bit of complacency. And I'm just really annoyed that I've done damage, you know? Really frustrated me.
This is I know, because I haven't really been truck driving in a long time. I did something that I know my company like me to say out loud, but there was I was going to
Is
the
this
yard.
recently?
All right, the drop yard.
Okay,
No,
okay.
this is a long time ago. Long time ago. I just figured, just there was this newer enough driver. He's only been driving a couple of months, and he happened to be in front of me going to the exact same
Right.
place, just dropping off a trailer. This is where I used to go every single
So
day.
is this kind of like a
all the
long
time.
distance convoy? Is this like a kind of like you're going around the corner?
No, this is just we just happened to
Yeah.
We're going to our drop
Okay.
yard. Now, when we go into the drop yard, we make, as soon as you go through the gates, you make an immediate
Yeah.
left. All right, and there is a yellow pole, and he started turning. He turned way too soon, and he hit the yellow pole, and he did a little damage to the trailer. And the yellow pole was fine. And then he saw what he did. He reversed. Then he drove a little more straight, and then
He fixed it, yeah.
he backed it up, and then I went over to him. All right, and I said, "Oh, yeah." I'm like, "So here's what I'm going to tell you. All right, now I'm going to talk very carefully right now. Okay, all right. So hopefully you'll understand what I'm saying. All right, the damage that you did right now. All right, most people never report it. I just before you because he was talking about like, oh, I got to have to tell my boss. I'm just letting you know. Yes, I am a witness, and you should report this." All right, as I'm shaking my head, but I'm just saying, but just remember, you did this. All right, and there's no need for this record to be on your thing, right? Because there's nothing worse than having a witness. And I am the only witness. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give him some advice, but it's like just most people wouldn't report this, even because I see damage trailers like this all the time, and nobody's reporting it and all that kind of stuff. I just want you to be clear, right? That you will never do this again, correct? Even though even though you are going to report it, wink, wink, and it was something along like that and everything. You know what I mean? As in, like, there's no damage. All the damage you couldn't even tell that there's damage done to the pole because 200 trucks have already done that in the last week.
Yeah.
And it's just
Just one of those regular
the trailer's
ones,
still
yeah.
drivable. But again, it was just more of like just remember that you did this. All right, and remember that you got lucky, and because having a ding on your record is a huge thing. All right, it could prevent you from getting another job.
Really?
It could take away your safety bonus.
What, like
Yeah.
Really?
Like it goes
Well,
on
if
record
you have enough-
for
if you have
other
enough of them.
jobs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, everything you do
Wow.
gets reported to. I can't remember what the company's called, but there's one company in America that keeps track of all accidents on.
Wow.
So,
Seriously?
like when I went to work for the company that I went for, they asked me if I had any accidents, and I just said I had one. You know what I mean? And so blah 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 and everything. All right, David, can you come in here? Okay, so it's showing here that you had 4 accidents, and I'm like, but I didn't, like, fuck. I'm like, yeah, okay, can you explain them to me? And like, well, this is the reason I did this. This is what this, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, all right. Can you step outside, please? And we'll let you know. We'll let you after we have a little discussion about it and everything. And so yeah, you want to come out? Okay, you have to promise no accidents. Seriously, I went out on a limb for you today. Like, yeah, it's just It's just one.
Why do they record
What
them though?
company that-
Like, because obviously we have it on insurance and
So-
things. It affects your insurance, but it's not recorded like when you
Yeah.
move on.
Yeah, no, it gets recorded. Everything is just so your companies know that, you know, that.
You're accident
You
prone or
don't-
you're safe.
Yeah, you know, like I did, you know, like I explained them, and, and to be honest with you, like I would have hired me.
There would be a lot less accidents. Let's be honest, because if you're doing a lot of damage all the time, you're not going to get a job. So if you're going to extra careful, then you're going to have less accidents. So you're going to be better off, surely, because you're going to be like, well, my future's at stake.
I'll be honest, this has broken me. I cannot
can't
believe that
believe
there's this. This is crazy.
Yeah, well, you can't just have a bunch of accidents and move on to the next
Yeah,
company.
you can.
You know?
Yeah, you definitely can.
You definitely can.
Definitely 100%
really?
can. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I
okay.
told the
Yeah,
lorry at the
I
other
think
company.
it's
That's
more
why I've
fair.
moved on. That's literally how you can do it.
Yeah, I think
We've
it's more
got a
fair.
lad that's like he's done fucking so much. You think you think what I've done here is bad? All I've done is I flooded a truck. And like I did mildly blow up a truck as well, but we don't talk about that one there because it wasn't technically my fault that day. It was gonna blow up whoever drove it. It just happened
Yeah, all
to
right.
be me
Yeah,
that
go
was
on, move
driving.
on. Yeah.
But he was going too fast through a corner, and it was coming out the corner, and someone was stopped, and so he slammed on and has just gone into the back of this truck and like crumple like the whole front of the truck. He drove it back as well.
Wow.
And
he's got a job.
he was telling us this story during the CPC course, and he did this impression of the boss that was so good. I had like a visceral reaction to it. Like I had a genuine it made my heart like skip. It was that fucking good. It was because my boss when he shouts at people, he's got this thing. He uses his hand. It's like a drill instructor. Like he's like, you've been driving that fucking truck too fast, and I've fucking told you before. You driving it far too fucking fast. And yeah, so it was just the way he did it was so fucking it was so on point. But then he also he did 10 grand's worth of damage in someone's wall. Took part of someone's house down or something like that, and fucking did loads of stuff. Like it was at one point he had 3 different trucks that were all broken by him in a week. Like you can't get fired from here. But again, like if he got fired, well, he needs to go to someone else because otherwise he's going to lose. He's not going to have a fairness though. Maybe now that I'm saying it out loud, maybe it is a good thing to do something like that.
So you
I
can
don't know.
honestly have it on your record, David. You
Sorry?
honestly have it on your record. Does it disappear?
Yeah, I don't know
Does
how
it
long
disappear?
it lasts. I don't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. I don't. Yeah. Because I've been with the same company forever, so I never really had to worry about it. You know. But yeah, again, that's just what they do. Every accident gets reported to a company that all the other trucking companies are have a membership of as well. And yeah.
Wow.
So there you go.
We lose our bonus if we have accidents. Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing.
I didn't lose
Yeah.
my bonus. I did quite a bit of damage to that truck that I blew. Well, not the one that I blew up. That was going to blow up anyways. That one. Although that one, annoyingly
Was it?
though, that's the one that keeps getting fucking mentioned. The one that blew up. But yeah, I died.
Yeah, but you blew up a truck. You were in it. It's your fault.
So when you go to another company for you've since I've known you, 3 years, I feel
More than that.
you've had like six different jobs.
Yeah, Tom.
Yeah, I bet it'll be about that. Yeah.
Do you let them know of all the accidents that you've had?
Fuck.
No, you don't tell them anything.
So you
They're
say
really
no,
nasty.
never. I've never got a speeding. Well, they could probably check if you had a speeding ticket. Have you had any speeding tickets? Out of
So
curiosity.
technically, I've been caught speeding twice in the past, since I got my license. But so the first time you get caught, you can you do a speed awareness course.
Yeah.
And if you do that, then it doesn't get logged anywhere. It doesn't get it's just forgotten about. You've done the speed
After 3 years, it's off your system, isn't it? And you can have another
It
one.
is.
Yeah.
So after 3 years, I got another speeding thing and had to do another speed awareness course. But again, it's not in log. So
At
technically,
least it
I've
was
been
after
caught
3
speeding
years.
twice,
Yeah.
but neither time it's actually on any system. So mine's basically completely clear.
Clean license,
I mean,
basically, isn't it?
don't get me wrong. If they downloaded my card and checked the overspeeds, there may be a couple of things on there. Possibly, allegedly. If you're watching this photo, don't look at my card. It's fine.
He doesn't run overweight. No problems. Nothing.
How about you? Have you had any speeding tickets, Chloe?
I had one over 3 years ago now. I had a speed awareness course.
So it's gone now.
Gone from
So
the
is that
system,
correct?
so
So
I'm free
you
to
can do another
speed.
one.
Yeah. I honestly thought I had one the other day.
And you guys
I'm
have
good.
points. I think we have a point system over here as well. I don't know anything about it because I've never gotten a speeding ticket. But you guys have
Yeah.
points systems, don't you? If you get like a...
You can have a criminal record over there, can't you, for speeding?
It depends on... if you go over a certain amount of miles an hour, it becomes a little more
My
hardcore.
brother
it's
might
basically-
be
it's
doing
like-
that right now.
Different things can get you a different number of points. Like speeding, I think is like 3 points, isn't it? I think you can get like 3 points for not wearing your seatbelt.
Yeah.
And
It's
there's
like on
a
your
bunch
mobile
of things.
phone,
If
isn't it?
if you're on your mobile phone, you get shot in the street.
Even on the motorway.
Oh, yeah.
there's-
They'd rather you crash and
they've
die,
got,
it'd be fine.
Yeah, they've got snipers on the
Gotcha.
bridges.
Yeah. Yeah, if you crash and it explode, then that's one less person on a mobile phone. Sorted.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's so strange. I don't know. I speed no more than most people. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just I don't get pulled over.
Jokes aside,
Just
I
because-
don't like I just it's very there's sometimes when like I'll let it kind of roll down hills, but on this job here I don't speed on this job.
'Cause you're
'Cause
always overweight.
No need
no,
to.
but the simple reason is I'm paid by the hour. I couldn't give a fuck.
Exactly. I love getting paid by the hour. It's awesome.
I'll get there when I get
get to
there.
be-
It's not
Like,
worth speeding. Anyway. You,
know,
don't get any
there's-
faster anywhere. That's the other thing.
There's a delay on site. Well, fucking. It seems like it's not my issue. That.
I had a lorry the other day come absolutely flying past me and cutting up in front of me and all sorts. He was driving. He might have been a tipper driver. Anyway, it got ahead of me, and then we got down to the very bottom of the road, to the next set of traffic lights, and I pulled up next to him. And I was like, "Well done, mate. You know, that was really, really good. You did really well then. I'm so proud of you." And then I just overtook him because I was in the other lane and there was a car in front of him. I was like, "You fucking dickhead. What the fuck?" So yeah, it's just not worth it. You don't go anywhere from speeding at all. You just get stressed, if anything. Or hit
Well,
trees.
So we had there was a guy. There's a guy that works for us, and like he likes to kind of show other people up. I won't go too much into it, but like likes to show other people up, and he likes to kind of
Yeah.
like show. Like,
Everyone's got
I
one of
can do
those.
this many runs. And so we were doing this run to Carlisle, and we were kind of getting pushed. And me and Brian, like, we were on the phone to each other, and like, it doesn't. You don't really care. It doesn't really occur to you at the time, but like, we're sat there going, "This fucking dickhead's doing 40 miles an hour down here. He's fucking dickhead. This and that and the other." And we're getting very aggravated about the drivers around us.
Yeah.
And it was only afterwards that we were like, "Oh fuck! It's just making us more and more stressed. We
Yeah.
don't need this. This is like
Yeah.
this is not what's needed."
Yeah.
Like I rather just be eco driving and just set it at 50 miles an hour and do well
If
like that.
someone
I'll
pulls in
let
front
you
of
know.
you, you just go, "Meh. You dickhead."
I literally
Yeah.
I could not give a fuck unless
Yeah.
it's something where it's like if the hazard lights do that flashing thing
Yeah.
to kind of like alert
Which
drivers
I've discovered
behind you.
daffs do.
Oh, do Volvos not do that?
Fucking daffs. I don't know, but I only had to emergency brake in my daff. The daff.
Oh right, okay, yeah, and it comes. Be honest, with you feel like a bit of a dickhead if you do it, and it goes.
Yeah, it's like, why are you doing flashy lights, you weirdo? And then you pull up to the lights and you're like, for fuck's sake, why the fuck have you done that? People think I'm a tosser now.
I
Fucking
did it.
daffs.
I did it in my Mercedes, and I was coming to this corner, and I kind of like slammed my brakes on coming into the corner, and like it did that thing where it was coming up doing the emergency braking thing. I was like, maybe I'm going a bit too quick into this corner. Oops, I look like a bit of a dickhead to the people behind me.
So I've had I told you, didn't I? I've had a DAF the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
The dreaded DAF with mirror cams, which I thought were pretty cool.
I like the mirror cams. Yeah.
I really enjoyed them. David, do you have mirror cams over there yet?
Never. I don't think that anybody will ever accept those. No, that's
Have
never going to happen.
you seen that Bruce Willis guy, YouTube over your way, trying to bring in Scanias into America?
Excuse
Have you
me?
seen that guy on YouTube?
Bruce Willis is trying to bring Scanias to America. That's an outrageous statement.
Bruce Willis guy or actual
Not
Bruce
actual
Willis?
Bruce
'Cause,
Willis.
well, I
I
don't
think
think
he's a
him because he's got
YouTuber.
dementia.
I'm pretty sure he's called Bruce Willis.
Okay.
And he's bought a Scania, and he's
You
been
see
around
Scanias
America.
everywhere.
He's been around America with it.
No. Never heard
No,
of him.
you should Google him. You should go and look at a Scania, David.
I should?
Yeah.
I probably won't.
Oh.
I mean, theoretically, you could be able to get
Fair
a
enough.
lot of the parts out there because a lot of the parts, cause is it Kenworth? Is that who Scania is out there? I think it's Kenworth.
I don't think they're
No
a
idea.
thing out there at all. That's why he's doing
No,
it.
as in like Scania
Yeah, but-
Group makes a
Oh,
truck.
do they actually make
so,
a truck?
So International, I think is it. They're Mercedes
There's an
Benz.
international.
And there's trying to think who Daffer Packard.
There
Yeah,
you go.
but that's not. I think I'm sure it's either Mack or it's Kenworth, and I can't think which one it is.
So in the chat, Daffer Packard. I don't know what Scania.
I've never
are.
heard of Packard.
But yeah, I'm having an orgasm in the chat, by the way. He says, yep, they are. He's touring around the USA with a 770 Scania. Yeah, it's a V8, isn't it, he's got over there? Honestly, you should check it out. It's quite cool.
Yeah, I probably won't. I'm sorry.
Well, you should go and check out the truck, though, David. I think you should check it out. I think you'd like the truck.
For all I know, I might have seen it. I remember one time in Southern California, I'm on the freeway, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck? Did I just see a European truck? Like, it was proper
Really?
European. You know what I mean? Yeah, as in like this, as in like, how do they get away? What
That's
the
it. It's
hell?
the rules and regulations,
I mean?
isn't it, on whether they can run with it.
Yeah, like, yeah, it was just, but again, it was on the freeway, so I saw it for like a good 2
Right.
seconds. You know, I mean, as in like, definitely a European truck, and no trailer on
Right.
it though. So it was bobtailing, and so I was just curious, like,
So he's
what can-
he's trying to he's speaking to Scania and to the whole rules and regulations out there to see about bringing them actually over as a proper truck. Is it DOT? Is it rules and regulations?
well, there's no need. They're uncomfortable compared to an American.
Are
truck.
they though? Have you sat in
Does
one?
it-
Because
yes.
if you watch all the videos,
Well, no, the amount of room that you have.
yeah, I
So-
get that.
You could have the worst truck in America, which you have way more room in than
Yeah,
anything in
so
Europe.
I'll agree to that. But like I think for like a short medium
Like a
range,
day,
I
like,
think
day-
that they
yeah,
are
day
very
truck,
good.
thing like that.
Like especially for like doing stuff where you're kind of having to go in and out of like tighter areas.
Yeah.
like they are phenomenal.
Well, that's fair
yeah,
enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know,
The-
a smaller truck does that too over here.
they do like. The fact reality is that they have a specific need, and they do like they for what they. Yeah, they do a certain job and they do it very, very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
yeah, thank you. They do.
Shall we wrap it up at that point there? Because it's
Yeah, we might as well.
Maybe.
We might
David's
as
gonna
well.
go and check out some
I can
YouTube
smell
channels.
tea and it's it smells a lot.
I probably won't.
You've got a cup of tea or tea?
No, not a cup of tea, but actual like food,
Yeah, I've not eaten
tasty
yet.
food. But yeah, right. Well, on that note, thank you so much for listening. If you haven't listened, how did you get this far?
How did you get
But
this
we
far?
shall see you next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Podcast manager and editor is David. This is going to be quite hard for me because they're laughing in the background. I don't know if that's going to get pumped into this whole thing, but that's happening. Host this week are, of course, David, because we know it's listed on everything. Myself and Chloe.
Yep.
That's all we get for that. Okay, fair enough. Cool. That's cool. Thank you so much for our Patreons who support us. You guys are absolutely fucking amazing. We've got our mega supporters who are our like major like superstars. We have I'm having an orgasm. That's not I'm just having that. I am, but there's also a person as well. We've got Jack Goodwin, John Brown, Justin Reaney, Miller, Phil Starkey, My D, Stephen Patterson, Timo, and Trucker Nozza. You fucking legends. Don't know why I'm swearing so much in this. We're just going with it though. And we've also got our tier 3 people, which is actually the second tier, but I don't know why it says tier 3 on here. But then the tier 2 is the lower one. I don't get that. Anyways, we've got Big Mike, Gavin Williams, Neil Rees, and we've also got Danny Flynn, the Wanking Master. Thank you. You can go and check us out on social media and stuff like that, but we shall see you next time, I think.